And this is it. This is our podcast. This is episode 1 of a couple's journey podcast.
I think our whole relationship, I was forced to be here.
You sound like a ransom. Blink if you're happy. You better.
The whole episode,
You better.
eyes all dried out.
You better not. You better not reply to any comments that are like, "Do you need help?" And let us know if you need help. Now you're gonna start a whole like conspiracy of people thinking
I'm
that
gonna
you're
start a
Stockholm
GoFundMe to help get me out of here.
You had 20 years. If you didn't figure out how to escape by now, you're not going anywhere.
No, I need to be able to escape but still get my bills paid.
You want your cake and eat it too. Which, interesting side note, total sidebar, have your cake and eat it too? The original saying was backwards. The original saying of have your cake and eat it too makes a lot more fucking sense than have your cake and eat it too. Like, why the fuck would I want a cake if I can't eat it? That's stupid. But the original saying is you can't eat your cake and have it too. It's backwards. Because if you eat your cake, then you got no fucking cake. You ate it. So that saying makes a lot more sense now that I know the original saying was you can't eat your cake and have it too. I'm like, when the fuck did we swing? Who the hell along the way was like, you can't have your cake and eat it? What the fuck am I going to do with it? Let it go bad? Like, who came up with that? It was stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. But yes, we are a couple. We're a married couple. We're married parents, grandparents. And it's been almost 21 years. We're like a month away from 21, right? Our relationship's going to be old enough to drink. And it probably needs one. Needs one. To relieve the stress.
That's how we got through with it.
Is that the secret? That's it. Episode over. You don't even need it.
I'm the alcoholic.
I don't drink.
I know.
Drink, so yes.
I need it.
Is that how you get through the day?
Most of the time.
Just pure alcohol consumption. So, we've been together almost 21 years.
That'll be my TikToks.
What'll be your TikToks? Drinking TikToks?
Making drinks and putting up with your shit.
People wonder how you do put up with me. Yeah, you're definitely... It doesn't seem compatible on paper. Our relationship does not seem compatible on paper, being that I'm such an extroverted talker and like out there and loud and very and you're not. You are not.
I was bored sitting here already.
Yeah, so you're the total opposite. You don't talk much. Generally quiet and not the easiest to approach. You can be very intimidating.
I appreciate that.
You
I don't want to be easy to approach because then I have people bothering me.
Oh, you're such an introvert, dude. I don't want to be approachable. I look nice. Fuck out of here. Get away, people. I guess it's a good strategy. Then mission accomplished, man. You're right on. You're hitting your mark. You don't want to be approached and you look unapproachable. Nope. So, okay. Good to know. But in being so different from each other and having so many differences, there's obviously commonalities that kept us together. So that's kind of what this episode's about.
He pays my bills.
Tip number 1, pay your bills. So
that's it.
There's 3 things that we're going to each give that we feel are the biggest, most important in our 20 years together. Obviously, every relationship's different. Some people are going to be together for different reasons, want different things. Our relationship is awesome, I think. I think it's amazing. Maybe one-sided. It might be one-sided, but I think...
You're a big side, though.
I'm a big what?
You're a big side.
Oh, what the heck's a big side?
You're bigger than me. So you're the bigger side.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've never heard that phrase before. A big side? I'm a baked potato next to your chicken nuggies, or big side?
I
Well,
think that's my dinner every night.
big chicken nuggies, 1000%. You
Chicken
eat like I
strips.
think I'm gonna put that on my ick list. So we're gonna
Chicken
go
strips.
over. No, chicken strip. That's your meal every time we dine out. Like, that's the question we have to ask, no matter what restaurant we're at. It's like, oh yes, chama gaucha, Brazilian steak buffet. Do y'all have chicken strips? Just asking. No, can't go in there. It's not even worth the time. So this episode, we're gonna talk about those three things that we feel are very important for keeping our relationship going for 20 years. But on top of that, we're gonna give our three icks. This was something you found on TikTok, and 3 to 5 icks. I put a limit on it, otherwise she'll just be naming icks all night and just talking shit about me. So
I've had this list ready for like 6 years at least. I've been writing them down.
Keeping track every time. That's an ick. Before you even knew what an ick was, you had an ick list.
From here on out, every time you do something, I'm like, that's an ick. Everything.
Every time.
Ick.
Ick. No, now I got to be on the lookout for the ick list. Damn. So let's get it started with the positive before we get into the ick list and end it and I cry myself to sleep tonight. Yeah. So what do you think are the three most important things for making it this far? 20 years.
You have to be friends first. If you can't be friends, then there's nothing else.
Yeah. It can't solely
like
be...
even the compatibility not so much has to be there, because you could still be friends with somebody who's completely different from you.
Agreed.
But if you can't put up with just being friends, then you're not going to want to put up with anything else.
That's true. And also when times are bad, like, you can get through it with some friends. You can tolerate being around your friends when you're stressed or when you're agitated. It's easier to be around friends. So yeah, I agree with that one. So stay friends, be friends. That's a good one. What about your second one? What's number 2 on your list?
I have one friend on my list, and that's it.
You're not even lying.
I got one best friend.
That's all I need. I got like 87 friends, and that's just the ones I met this week. I've never met a stranger. I get that from my dad, very much so. I've never met a stranger. Everyone's my friend. I consider everyone my friend. I treat them all like lifelong friends, even if I've only known you a week. But what's number 2 on your list that you think is most important?
You have to be willing to give and take criticism and willing to grow for each other. And I criticize you a lot. All the time.
Not lying. Not lying. Well, you know what's funny about that is, yes, you have always been very vocal about your criticisms of me and of everything. You had no problem stating your discontent. However, my ability, the second part that you just mentioned, my ability to take that criticism and grow from it has only recently, I think,
which leads me
recently
to
improved.
one of the icks, but I'll explain that one later.
I'm gonna be laughing this whole fucking podcast. It's gonna be me laughing for like 2 minutes. Just clip them all together. But yeah, no, I do think I've improved recently on the criticisms and taking criticism, because I definitely get super defensive when critiqued. I guess my ego is just so fragile, or just like so defensive, that when you do criticize me, and it could be something small and stupid too, it'd be like, hey, you forgot to put the toilet paper back on the roll, something stupid like that. And I'm like, well, I was busy. I immediately default to defense.
You have a problem of taking the toilet paper off the roll.
What?
You used to do that all the time. Yes, you did.
Notice.
Well, now because you don't really use it as much. No.
Notice.
But Because you don't really use it anymore.
No, exactly. But even though I don't use it, if the roll runs out and I see that it's out, what do I do now?
Because you don't use it.
Even if I don't use it, though, even more so, why would I be switching it out?
On the thing.
Even though, why would I be switching it out if I don't use it? That's just kind and courteous because it's out. I'm not going to use this. So what do I care? I should not even touch it. But no, I take it off.
How often is it sitting there empty?
It doesn't matter how often it happens.
It never happens because I change it as soon as it's empty.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Your problem before was you used to take it off the roll and put it on the counter every time.
No, not true. Not true. Because in the morning, I still use it to blow my nose. So in the morning, if I got a runny nose, I'll blow my nose with the toilet paper because it's right there. And if it runs out,
when you use it to wipe, you always take it off the roll. You do.
But I don't use it to wipe no more. I'm living the good life. I'm converted. I'm living that bidet life.
You're welcome.
Oh, get out of here. You did not do it.
No, that was all my credit.
Yes, it was all your credit, but you did not do it like, I'm going to introduce him to the good life, or I think this is a life upgrade. That wasn't the reason you did it. It's not why.
It was for my convenience.
You did it so you wouldn't have to touch my butt. This whole relationship is
for my convenience.
So after surgery, probably a story for another day, just a quick insight. After surgery, I could not shower, wipe myself, or bathe, like any of that, without assistance. And at age 17, I had spine surgery, and she helped me out then because we've been together that long. So this time around, we got some money and we have resources. So when they were like, he can't twist, he's going to need help going to the bathroom and wiping, she was like, no.
Jeff Bezos, help me out. Amazon.
She primed a bidet to the house so fucking fast. So all I had to do was turn the knob on. And once I used the bidet, I was like, I'm never touching my butt again. That's disgusting. Why am I going to touch my butt? Why would I go anywhere near there? Why do I want my hands anywhere near my butt? So I never look back. Bidet life now. Living it. Loving it. So that's number 2.
Leave a little like.
That's 2.
That's a caption.
Oh, right.
For the hashtag.
The hashtag? Is that it? Bidet life?
Bidet users leave a like.
Bidet users, is it a real hashtag?
Now it is
now.
It is.
So that's 2 down. What's your third, you think, most important rule or most helpful rule to people staying together for 20 years?
Go on adventures and keep it exciting.
You mean like just anywhere, like around town?
It could be date nights. It could be traveling. It can be movie in. Just make sure you make that time for something that gets you guys excited.
Agreed.
Anything you like doing together.
Yeah. We do a lot of that. That is
Make it a point to do that at least once a month.
Yeah, because even though we work constantly, both of us, we work round the clock almost. Like I'm up at 5 a.m. every day and working out, and I work pretty much until we go down. I think we work until I fall asleep. And I know you, from pretty much the moment you wake up, you start working and you don't stop until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. sometimes.
That's why I stay in bed. I try not to get up.
You get to sleep in because you do stay up late. I go to bed early like an old man, and I'm up early like an old man, working out and doing my thing. So those are good. Strong 3 that you gave. I think they're very important, and adventures are so fun together. I'm gonna give mine now that kind of overlap some with yours. So my 3, I think the most important. Not copying you.
Come up with your own.
I do have my own, but yours were like overlapping already with mine. I had to come up with my own. So I think, fine, I'll try to on the fly.
You were the copy off somebody else type kid.
I was totally the kid that came up with the answers. I was the copy kid. I was the smart kid.
Nah. You weren't even there, kid. You were.
Whatever. I look just like my sister. Me and my brother are... Yeah, I look just like my sister. How am I not my parents' kid?
I say you're the not their kid.
Oh, yeah,
See,
totally
there's
not
an
there.
ick.
Like, listen, you're doing your ick this whole show, and I'm about to get to it, too. Mm-hmm. No. I think my first one has to be selflessness. You have to, and this is what I find a lot of couples break up over, is everybody is so focused on what they're not getting in the relationship. Everybody's like, well, they were always doing this or leaving me hanging here or didn't do X for me or didn't do Y for me. And I get it. You do need things for yourself to feel
You know
loved
why
and
that
taken
works
care
for
of.
me?
Why? Why?
Because I'm very selfish. So you being selfless works.
Yes, I get that it works, but here's the kicker, and here's what most people don't get. You are equally selfless. It's not your default instinct, so it's not like you just default to selflessness. It is not. That is not who you are. You're very much so make sure I'm good first, and then you put your oxygen mask on, and then you check everybody else. I'm over there fucking trying to make sure everybody's secure and shit. So, but no, the selflessness that I give, I always try to put you first in the thought process. But you just as much give back. And that's the thing that people don't get. When you're genuinely in love with someone and you're genuinely selfless and you give your all to them, if you're with a decent person, that's going to get reciprocated. I don't expect it back. When I give her everything, her receiving is my payment. Her happiness is my payment. Her enjoying what I gave is my payment. I don't need anything reciprocated, but if you're with a decent person, they're going to want to give back that energy you gave them. So I think selflessness is very, very important. Get over yourself. Yes, you want some lines you don't want crossed and things that you want to make sure you're being treated right, but don't be a diva about stupid things that don't matter. So selflessness is my first one. Second one is candid honesty. This one is not a problem for you either, because you have no problem fucking telling me the truth, even if it hurts. Sometimes it feels like, especially because it hurts, you enjoy telling me that truth. But no, candid honesty is super important. You have to communicate when your partner is getting on your nerves or when your partner is pushing something that you're just like, or if you feel you've been contributing something and your partner's not noticed, like, hey, I've been fucking doing X, Y, and Z, and I feel like you don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, you got to be able to be candidly honest with your partner and know that you're not trying to hurt them. It's never said with malicious intent. That's why I can take, to outsiders looking in, her honesty seems brutal. It seems damn near hurtful. Even our kids are like, fuck, mom. Shit, did you need to tell them like that? Like, but I know it's not coming from a place of malice. So I can accept the criticism. I can accept it. I do get defensive at times, but when I sit back and think about it, I get why she's saying it. It's generally always to help. So candid honesty is very important in a relationship that goes on this long. And my last one was going to be the adventures, but I think just as much as that is add new things. Add new things to the relationship. Add new activities you do together. Go places you have never been together. Because, yeah, after you've been in a relationship this long, you kind of run out of shit to talk about. There's a lot of sitting around not talking. And I personally adore that time because I'm always talking. I have this podcast, I have another podcast. Like, talking just kind of comes naturally, but being able to just sit there with her and not say a word is some of the most peaceful time I get because my mind is quiet around her. My mind's never quiet.
So what are some things we've added recently? I know we did the
No,
travel because that was a big one last year. As I said, I wanted to go
yeah,
somewhere every month. We did that.
yes, that
Um,
was that was a good one for year 20. Was go somewhere new every month because it gave us something
that
new
was
to
our
discover
20-year
each month.
anniversary to each other, pretty much.
Instead of doing something big for our 20th anniversary, we just decided we both love traveling, absolutely love traveling. So right now, the new thing is definitely new places, places we've never been before, but new activities, new projects. This is something new that we're doing together that gives us more time together and gives us things to talk about and lets us hash things out and hopefully help some people along the way. Um, what else are new? New places, new dining experiences, new flavors you've never tried. Try new stuff that neither of you have experienced. And I'm up for pretty much anything. I want to go climbing. She doesn't trust her grip. She wants to jump out of a plane. I don't want to jump out of anything
I'll
that's higher
push you
than
out.
10 feet. I know you would no shoot or nothing. Don't even wait for the thumbs up. Just push me out of a perfectly landed plane on the
On the
ground.
count of 3, 1, push.
I'm done with you. I'm done. No,
I
I'm never going to
wish.
be done with
I
you. You're not
wish.
getting away. I am going to stay with you forever. So those are our 3. Yeah.
I'm not
Those are the
blinking.
3 keys to staying, I think, in a happy, successful relationship that definitely is going to have its ups and downs. Like there's going to be bad. There's going to be like, I think you point out the 5-year mark a lot. And that definitely is. You get to points in your marriage and in your relationship where you genuinely want to strangle the other person. You just can't stand each other. You're either agitated or annoyed or not responding or not vibing. And sometimes you're not going to vibe for a week. You're just going to be just avoiding each other, short with each other for a week at a time sometimes.
It has to be like that friend that you stop talking to, and then when you see each other, it's like you never stop.
Yeah. And that's what I think has helped us avoid arguments and fights is that we always, something always comes up that we want to tell the other person about. It could be something as stupid as a funny TikTok where you're like, I really want to share with her, but she was a bitch. So I don't know.
I hear that a lot. You mumble that in your sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I can't stay mad at her. And I just genuinely am not an angry person anymore. I was when I was younger. When the relationship started, I could lose my temper and lose my cool. Never in a threatening way to her. I've never raised my voice or become aggressive with her. I've never
I
called
think
her
you were
out her
too
name.
scared for that.
Never called her out. I was afraid of my mom. You and my mother. I would have got ganged up on. It would have not been fun. I would have lost that fight. Beat up by a couple of 4 foot and 5 foot nothing people. Not a good look when you're 6'2". So, yeah, I think that us avoiding fights, I'm not an aggressive person, and you would never get anyone to engage with when you were mad, and your default is kind of like to withdraw anyway when you're mad. So fighting was never
I withdraw all the time, even when I'm not mad.
That is true. That is true. There are
I
times where
wake up and
nothing's
I'm like,
wrong with
oh,
you.
people, avoidance.
I woke up. Want that late term abortion.
Where do I sign up for that?
Oh, God, you're horrible. You're stuck with me. I told you, you're not going nowhere. No late term, nothing, ma'am. So, yes, we love each other. Super happy together. 20 years. We're going on new adventures. We're continuing to grow. We're conquering things that we as kids never would have dreamed of. We're tons of awesome things coming up just this year. Like we have a trip coming up and we're going to Seattle. So that's going to be fun. Yeah.
That's a bucket list for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to the Pacific Coast. We've been to like 16 different states. We just recently came off the East Coast going to DC for the first time. So that was awesome. The mid-Atlantic area. But yeah, I'm excited for the year. We're going to definitely hit a bunch of new cities. We got a new podcast to kind of document and talk about it all, and share TikToks and clips and things. Just a new experience. It's just another way for me to interact with my wife and communicate with my wife and tell the world how much I love her. Be cheesy like that.
That was an eye roll.
Oh, was it an eye roll? That's an adorable eye roll. I can't even be mad. But even though we love each other, we all that jazz. We do have icks. Like I said, it hasn't been easy. It is very challenging. And we've either had or have currently a list of icks. And it's a thing on TikTok where you kind of list your icks about the other person. I think TikTok is going to
have a limit of 3 minutes on this one.
Yes, it's going to be a 3-minute limit.
I don't think it's enough.
Yeah, no. It's going to be a YouTube series. It's going to go full 30 minutes.
My icks come with stories behind them.
This episode alone, I was thinking we would do 15 minutes. This episode alone is at 26, but I told you I love to talk, so let's do the ick.
You just cut out all your talking. It'll be like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably why. We'll edit it in post. It's all fixed in post. So what
are your icks?
Mine? I'm first?
No, I'll go first.
Well, normally it's 1 and 1. You go back and forth.
All right.
Right? So you go first. Ladies first.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You
can't even keep a straight face. One of my icks. I never keep a straight face.
Your toenails. They're either really long. They're either really long and cut me, or you cut them and they're all jagged and they cut me. I have scars to prove it.
I can't even deny it. Okay.
Do you have long or jagged toenails?
I don't have long toenails.
Except for the pinky one. You can't even see that one. You can't see your pinky one. It's too chunky.
It's hidden by the fact. My toes like swallowed my pinky nail. But no, I currently don't have long toenails.
But are they jagged then?
But I don't have a nail filer for my toenails.
They're jagged.
So they're probably jagged. That jagged cut that you get when you cut your toenails. Okay. All right, that's a good one. My ache about you is your body temperature. You can't fucking regulate your body temperature to save your life. And it'd be one thing if you didn't like the cold, so you wanted to always have it hot. But no, you don't like the fucking hot either. You don't like cold. You don't like hot. And I get getting cold, but you get cold in the most average ass fucking 70-degree weather. It doesn't
at
make
random
sense.
areas too. I'm like, my elbow's cold.
Yes, your elbow's cold or your feet's cold, and you're cold under the blanket. You've been under the blanket, had plenty of time to work up some body heat to warm up, but no, you don't fucking warm up. You're just
reptile.
Frozen under the blanket.
I need a heat lamp.
Yes, it's I literally had to buy you heated wear, heated gloves, just so we could go to our trip, because I knew you were going to be freezing the whole time. So you got a heated jacket and a heated glove, and even then, you can't. You were like, it's too hot. So then you'd have to turn it off, because you can't regulate your body temperature. Your body regulation is garbage. It's trash, and it's annoying because we have to work around that in planning anything. You want to go to these amazing. You want to go to Alaska. How the fuck are we gonna go to Alaska when you go freeze if it goes below 60? I do run hot.
That's how we're gonna go to Alaska. I just hide under you.
Okay. Makes sense. That tracks. Okay. That sound. What's your second ick?
You take forever to respond when I ask you a question. You're
that's an ADHD.
This is you. You're
thing.
Hey, what are we having for dinner today? Tacos. That's how long you take to respond.
I want to say that's an exaggeration. Even now, I was like, my mind was drifting while I was waiting for that answer. I was like, what are we having for dinner? That's an ADHD thing, and it's
well,
not.
it's an ick, is what it is.
It is. I'll give you the ick.
You
I'll
take
give you the
forever
ick.
to respond.
Because
Even when you start the conversation, I can ask you something back regarding the same conversation, and you still take forever to answer.
Okay, well, that's because, and it's frustrating for me too as the individual, because I will start a conversation with you, ask you something, and then out of nowhere, my brain's like, "Hey, look, go left," and it takes off without my permission somewhere else after I spit the question out. So now when your answer's coming, I'm not even here. I'm over there. My brain's looking at fucking nothing or out the window, and you're like, you didn't even fucking hear me. And I hear that because the attitude like pierces through my ears, and I'm like, no. And I gotta either lie like I heard it, or I gotta admit it and try to smooth it over with you. So, okay, that's an ick. Your second one, mind reading, is
how's that an
ick
ick?
number 2. Because you think
'Cause you
other
can't get away with
people
things?
can no, not mind reading in a good way, like you can read my mind. You assume everyone else can read yours. You never say shit, but yet expect it, and you say it like it's obvious. Like you're like, "Hey, go clean the bathroom." Okay, cool. And then you're like, "Why didn't you do X, Y, and Z?" I don't know. You told me to clean the bathroom. No. But that's next to the bathroom. Like you're on the way there. Why didn't you just get that if you're on the way there?
Liar.
I expected. No, get the guy.
No.
I expected you to get X, Y, and Z because you're
No,
already
it
in
might
the
be
area.
in the bathroom where you clean the toilet and not wipe down the sink, but
no,
not stuff on the way over there.
See that?
It's in the
Specific
bathroom. When I say
instructions.
clean the bathroom, I mean the bathroom as a whole.
Yes, but there's levels to cleaning.
Well, just
and
always go with the highest level.
See, but you're expecting people to just know what you want and what you think, and then when they don't perform, your attitude is fucking 10. It's 10. It's like, how fucking dare you plebs? Why do I even live with you idiots? It's so savage. So mind reading. You think we know what you want, and you operate as if that's the case, and when we don't deliver, you're a dick about it. So that's ick number 2. You
All
think
right.
we read minds.
Is this my last one?
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be. We can go to 4. Ick number 3.
Ick number 3. Every time I go to use the bathroom, not just like the toilet, but I can be using the mirror in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, taking a shower. It doesn't matter.
I already know.
You always have to go in and poop. I do not want to brush my teeth with you pooping right there. That's gross.
I want to be around you. I gotta poop. I gotta poop.
Wait till I'm done with the bathroom or go to one of the other 3 bathrooms we have. We have 3 bathrooms, and you always come to the one I'm using.
Yeah. I don't think I do that.
I'm like
often.
trying to put in a contact, and you're like
time.
farting over here, trying to put in my contacts. Now I have like gas and a contact in my eye. That's how you get pink eye. That's how you get pink eye.
Wait. Okay.
See,
okay.
even the shower. When you shower, the steam opens up your nasal passages because that's what steam does.
Yeah.
And then you pooping right there. This smells like 10 times worse.
I don't fucking know.
Well,
I see. I don't think it happens so often. I think you just remember every
it happens
time it
every
happens.
day.
No. Why is your shower schedule on my poop schedule? If it's that predictable,
Your poop schedule
wake
is
up
every
earlier
10
and shower
minutes.
different. You liar. I do not poop that frequently anymore. Not that I eat less. Now that I eat less, I don't.
Well, your poop schedule's every time I'm in the bathroom.
Okay, that's how I do it. She's going. She turned on the water. All right, time to poop.
Exactly how you are.
No.
That's why I shower at night when you're asleep.
Get the freak out of here.
And then
you do.
I do.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a
you
good
get up in the
point.
middle of the night.
2 a.m. like I gotta go poop. I actually have. I've
See?
you're the best. I mean, not intentionally, but I've woken up to poop and you're in there, and I'm like, this was not intentional. I was asleep. Okay, my third ick is in regards to sleep, and it happens less with this new blanket. But your fucking gator roll with the blanket is so like, we have a king size blanket, and how you ended up with all of it almost every night behooves me. And then it behooves me. And then and then to make it worse, when I try to get some back from you, you get upset. Like I'm ruining your good night's rest while I'm freezing my fucking ass off with no blanket. You get like all aggressive and shit because I'm trying to take some, not even
You're
all.
the one who wants it cold. So then you deal with the cold.
I want it cold because I want the blanket on me to sit nice and be cozy. Cozy. I don't want to sweat in my fucking sleep. You wanted like a sauna in here.
Because
You
I'm
wanna sleep in
cold.
Well, that's where the new blanket solved most of it.
You hated it when we got it.
I did hate it. It's an ugly fucking blanket.
It's supposed to
She's
be
trying to
black.
order a black blanket. Looks navy as fuck. It looks glossy and it's like fabric. I was like, no. It just was a big no for me. However, it did kind of feel like a weighted blanket, so ended up being comfy enough to keep. And do you have another ick?
You're
Do you want
welcome.
a fourth ick? Thank you. Thank you for the blanket. Do you want to go with a fourth ick? Go with a fourth ick if you have one.
Okay. You not understanding basic explanations. I can tell you, put this juice in the fridge. What do you mean?
What shelf?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what
put the
shelf? You
goddamn
said put the
thing
juice in the fridge. Where in the fridge? There's on the
Where
door.
the juice
There's the top
goes.
shelf. There's the middle shelf.
And
What
where
if
do
the
our
top
drinks
shelf
go?
is
All on
taken?
the top shelf.
Yeah, but what if the top shelf is taken or there's no
Then
room?
move
Do you want me to
something.
remove something from the shelf? Or do
Yes.
you want me to put it in the second
Yes.
shelf where it can also
I want
sit?
you to move something so you can put that where it goes.
Then say that. People can't read your frickin' mind.
What do you mean?
What?
Every time you say that, I can just like strangle you. What do you mean?
Okay, that's a good ick. That's a good ick, but it gave me my fourth ick. Can't follow simple instructions.
I
can
can't
tell
follow
you-
simple instructions.
I can tell you exactly how to get somewhere.
Oh,
Name the
directions.
streets you'll need to know to get there.
I don't need to
And
know
if
that.
I
though.
don't send you a Google map,
Yeah, that's
you
why I don't
can't
need it.
fucking find it. Even then,
You
let's
don't
say
even
I
know where
send
to
you a
put
Google
juice,
map.
and you're upset that I don't know how to
No,
get
no.
somewhere.
You don't know how to get to places you fucking been before.
We live
You don't know
here,
how to
and the
get
juice always
back.
goes on the top shelf, and
You
now
don't
you're
know how to
asking
get
it where?
back. You could get there and then not even know how to fucking get back. I'm surprised you know
San
your way
Antonio
around
is
that.
growing. There's a lot of construction, a lot of new
I'm
roads.
surprised you know your way around the house. That's how bad you are with directions. Like, it is not even funny. And then when we have to rely on you for it, fucking forget it. And like, where's the thing that you need to go to? I don't know. It's by a McDonald's. The fuck? You've been there 3 times. How do you not know exactly where it is? I don't know where it is. And then it's a whole thing.
I don't need
So,
to
yeah.
anymore. That's what Google Map is for.
Yeah, but when you don't have
That's
the address
one less
in
thing
the
I
look-
have to remember.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of shit
Okay.
in there that I got to remember.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, those are the icks. I think we'll stop at 4 because this podcast is
guess I'll
already
delete
40
these.
minutes.
I
But it's a
delete
good
these
one.
other ones.
I think it's a good first one. You can save them and just
Every episode
week.
we're gonna do.
These 3 icks. Or we could do the weekly 3
The
icks.
3 icks of the week.
Yeah, the 3 icks of the week. I think are going to be a podcast thing. We'll have to be faster with them, but I think we'll do that. But yeah, this will be our first podcast. I think we should wrap it up. It is, if everything went according to plan. This was released on Valentine's Day, and
Pee-wee
we're
says it's
celebrating
bedtime.
Yeah, it is bedtime. Pee-wee. I just paid $800 for that dog for the vet to tell her that he's old. That was the fucking diagnosis. He's old.
He can't hear.
He can't get vaccinations because they don't even feel that he needs them. Because honestly, his life expectancy was 3 weeks ago, probably. And he has some dental issues. They advise not to take him to the dentist because if they put him under, he's not coming back up. He has fusions in his spine.
Hey, this roast fest on Pee-wee.
I'm just saying, that's not a roast. I'm just stating
we could stop.
his literal diagnosis.
We could stop. He said it's bedtime.
Yes, it is bedtime. We got to go to sleep. We got to get up and run tomorrow because that's another thing we're doing together. We're running together, getting back out there, back outdoors. I'm trying to prep to take her somewhere on an awesome mountain hike and not die and not have to worry about her having to drag me down or abandoning me, which is far more likely. But that's it. That's the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be doing it again soon. Bye, everybody.